recommendations, because I'm I'm like, I've always pressed the button and it's worked. But like, we had a cardiac arrest on Log Cabin just over the railroad tracks. And the guys on the portable couldn't get out and get more manpower. So they had to go out, run out to the truck.
I had to do that once before too.
Right. And be able,
Down in that same general area.
right. And it's just the way the world is now.
All right, I guess we're back at it again, preliminarily. Jason, thanks for your efforts in putting together a plan for discussion, obviously. The plan that you have in front of you are stuff that Jason's worked on. I gave a copy to Andy so he could look at it. We've discussed a little bit about it. Primarily, the proposal right now is just over 4,000 square feet of additional space. And the way it's set up right now, I think it's that all that space is located, obviously, the living quarters is located to one side of the facility. We have 2 additional bays for smaller equipment there.
Oh, that's what that's going to be.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, I'm thinking that's one big meeting.
Two garage doors.
There's 2 bays there. Right now, this proposal has 4 bedrooms located for it. One space for the chief. I'm not sure about the bathrooms and so on and so forth, but guess the issue that we're also going to have to talk about is how big can we afford, right? And how long into the future is it going to be able to provide the community the space that it's going to need to move forward? So those, I think, some of the issues that we need to discuss.
I know we've tossed around like a $2 million ticket, so I essentially work backwards from that, saying,
Right.
all right, square foot price, $2 million, that gives us X amount of dollars for renovation, X amount of dollars for new construction, so.
Right.
I mean, I totally understand this is as preliminary as you can get, but
Yeah.
I think it gives us a square footage to work with. And I think there's room in this to tweak and achieve what we need if in fact $2 million is our goal.
Yeah.
That's basically how we started with this.
Right.
I know for a fact this isn't probably anywhere near what you think, but
I mean, not super far off. Again, the idea, what's in my head, and I've talked to Keith about it, and I don't know if you folks are familiar with the Live-In program. So people that go to SMCC or YCC, students there in the fire science or paramedic, they live at your station during the school year, respond on calls, get experience. You can utilize them as an employee. Goodwin's Mills has 2 of them right now. Seems to be a good program. So just with, the 3 people that we currently have on, if we were to do the Live-In, then we have nothing for expansion at that point. So.
Yeah, I thought you would.
this kitchen could become bedroom 5. So this basically, I'll say living quarters for, day-to-day use, living kitchen. That kitchen could slide down and very easily create the 5th bedroom in the exact same size.
Right, but in doing that, we're not gaining any room than what we currently have, and we know how tight that is for the day room in the kitchen. Right, because essentially, if we were to do that, we're taking 200, well, what, 210 square foot, yeah.
It's like it's like so they're like 10 by
10 so there's 110, so that's going to take 110 square feet right away. Right now we're at 287 and based on this proposal, the day room here, That's $375, and if we take that. And push the kitchen over here, right, we're gonna take. Which is essentially the same size,
Yeah.
close enough, right?
Yeah.
We'd be down to 270.
Do you think we need two bathrooms on that side? You think we could get away with one?
Got a bathroom there.
I left the existing bathroom and the existing bathroom.
Right, this,
Yeah.
I think we talked a little bit about this, I think this is the easiest part of it, I think the project, when, if we move over there with living quarters, we take these walls out, open this room right up, leave the bathrooms just the way they are. And utilize the space for, I was thinking, between training room.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm not opposed to that, and then just take these walls down here. Square,
Space.
yeah, square that up, that entrance up.
Yeah, I was thinking about. squaring out.
Some more recess there.
Yeah,
And it's not gonna be an entrance, so it'd be, you know, put a decent door on it, but no hiding on the outside.
I guess the question would be, how many bedrooms do you think? Like, you think it's 6 bedrooms instead of
I'm thinking a minimum of 5.
5?
Could we just, like, maybe in this corner?
Well, and that, so if you see on this drawing, that's what I initially did, but then I got talking to Keith about it. Like, there's not gonna be any window.
So
Right?
you gotta leave.
You got no egress besides this door to go to this exit door, right? So. I mean. I think the depth of this is a little much. We talked about it after some measurements and stuff. I think going back 36 feet, we have the size of the ambulance is 25 feet, right? It was 20.
Actually, the ambulance was bigger than the engine.
Right, the engine was 2410 or something like that, and the ambulance was 25 feet, right? So if we pull the stretcher out, which is about 6.5 feet, right? And we leave it, so it's 25, 6.5, 31, 31.5, right? If we just say, right, that leaves us some 2.5 feet on the front, 2.5 feet on the back, essentially to play with a little bit, you know, or 2 feet, I should say.
So we could put those bathrooms in the back then, like.
Or you could,
Right,
or you could get.
Yeah, that's
one
what we-
bathroom and Put a bedroom here.
You could have a bedroom here and another bedroom here. That would give you 6 bedrooms, like non-touch. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you left this the way it is, you could come out here and put a bedroom in here, and you still got your big kitchen.
but again, you don't have an egress, so, like,
Yeah, well, I was saying bedroom.
Yeah,
and
if we-
kitchen.
yeah, and then
You
we'll
could do that too, right? Yeah,
flip this over there.
yeah, because you don't, for the actual kitchen, you got whole, well, you want more room down in, right?
And I'm wondering, and I like that idea a little bit better because now people can come out of their bedrooms and go and hit the bathroom,
Yeah,
right, in the middle of the night or whatever the case may be.
yeah.
And we don't need windows for the bathrooms, right? We just need fans.
That's what that was. Kind of use the good. Like in that, we use that line, basically put 1 bedroom there, just let this door over.
Well, no, I think you're right in turning this into a
This would be a
bedroom.
bedroom, right?
Right,
Right, so take this, but these 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Go like
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
or maybe even just 1 bath, leave this one for.
Well, I'm wondering if you take both of them and move this open up this whole area,
Wide open,
could you open that up?
put a second bathroom here.
Yeah.
and door in the
Yeah.
middle.
Or,
This could be your kitchen, right?
right, yeah,
Kitchen would come out, maybe.
yeah.
This would just be all wide open.
Would we be more beneficial in, for plumbing wise, put the 2 bathrooms together or
It's a
not?
flat anyway, so, as long as we're in line, that actually wouldn't be a bad run, because the plumbing would go underneath both bathrooms, pick the kitchen up and go out.
Yeah,
That would actually be beneficial for everybody.
and I do like, I think putting a door there, that would make sense. You know,
I
Do
know
you-
the EMS closet is gonna get bigger.
well, no, I think we're actually gonna, I think keeping that over there is fine. I think. To rerun the washer dryer, the gear washer and that type of stuff, is that cost prohibitive or?
It's, well, this washer and dryer is all above grade anyway. That was all added after the fact, so. We have a drain line that this drain line now probably goes, that septic is here, right?
No, it's, well, yeah, this, it's right there.
in here.
It's right there.
And, yeah, the,
Covers right there.
it's there, then the.
Leach field's over there.
So that really wouldn't be that bad. That septic probably comes from this toilet and goes
I would say.
to the leach bed, and then
Yeah,
this one.
plus you got
probably
the
goes-
kitchen here, it's gonna catch it, it's gonna grab that kitchen too,
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I think essentially that we just leave this alone, I mean, whatever mechanicals are there,
Right.
just leave them. And really focus our efforts on whatever enhancements we have to do.
I carried a number to renovate it, because this is,
Yeah.
I mean, that needs to be flooring, that, I mean, that place needs to. get-
Right, and I agree with you to a point, but when it comes to the flooring to the gym, I would just go down to, down to Tractor Supply. You know, 8 by 32 square feet, 8 by 4, and I was just down there today, $55, like. That's like $1.50 a square, like, we're good. You know,
This way, right?
Yeah, so this one goes, no, this one goes this way.
Right.
This one has to go this way.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have a choice.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go like that, what do you think about, jogging this back a little bit? You know, sort of offset it. The only reason that it linear, it looks long like that, you know what I'm saying? And maybe, with a separation there, maybe. I don't know, and leave that up to somebody else.
And parking is still over here.
Well, this will change. 'Cause right now, it's like parking like kind of stops like this.
Right, and it goes up to.
Right, and this just dies in, this, like,
Dan,
this
you
is
see
that
it?
existing.
We see it right here on the survey plan. That I penciled in that 64 by 60.
Okay,
So if you right into that parking lot right here now.
if you set it back, like you said,
Yeah, you set it back, you're gonna probably would keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 spots out front. Plus what you got out back. Plus the parking that you have out back.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that will be gone. I think we gotta do something with the shed that needs to go someplace else. Andy was thinking maybe they'll have enough space in the building that we can put some of the items that are in the shed in the building as opposed to.
I mean,
And then
right
do
now,
something else, reuse the shed for something else.
right now, it's a snow blower, gear, spare gear, and the lawn tractor.
Yeah, and that tower is gonna go right here, right where the existing one is, so. Yeah,
want to switch gears, but were there any surprises to the survey?
nope.
Plenty of room, right, setbacks.
We meet all the setback requirements, the only thing we don't meet is lot coverage. We're waiting for lot coverage, and in fact, we're way over even before this project. So we were probably even over more, we had at town hall there. So. That's an issue we're gonna have to address at some point, just to let folks know that the lot coverage is going to be over the, what is it, 30% minimum?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So we're at 40 something.
46.
Yeah.
And what were we when town hall was there?
Well, I don't know, tell me, another 20, what is it? How big was that footprint? 2,500 square feet maybe on the ground?
But we're gonna gain, well, we would gain some back, right, because
Right,
with the paving, any of this area counts as that footage, right?
correct.
We talked about the pathway, this pathway would go, well, depends on things. But with this coming back, we lose, what, at least one, 2, 3, 4 parking spaces.
Yeah, I think the elimination of some of the parking will help. Yeah, it's gonna get us back.
Yeah, because you don't need all of that parking.
Right. Some of it, well, obviously was town hall, and then, there's a sign there for the Eastern Trail. People used to park there for the Eastern Trail, but now we put parking on the side of the Eastern Trail, plus here, right?
So right now, 30% would have been 13,068 square feet of space. We're at 21,012 right now, so we got 48% of coverage on that lot. So, and I'm sure that was done maybe before the zoning, this came in, I don't know about that, Tom, you probably have to.
You'd have to do research on that to see how, whether it had changed over
We
the years.
I may do that just so we have it for information. But everything else, I think, meets the requirements of the, put it there.
Tom, what's in the ordinance that for municipal stuff, it's different, right? There is an allowance for, I don't remember if it's setbacks, or there's something that allows, like.
Well, there's no site plan review required because it's municipal use.
Right, maybe that's what it was. I know there was something different,
That was about it. I mean, everything else applies.
yeah.
Well, now, how we want to address that.
I'd make the argument to the public on that. This by far would be the cheapest option from a town standpoint to achieve fire department expansion, because,
Yeah, where do you,
I mean, to go up on the existing building would be. I mean, we have to tear the building down and start over, right? And
That
buy
doesn't-
another piece of property, put a fire station, something, this by far is.
I agree.
But you'd have to amend the zoning.
Right, you're right.
But that's a,
Yeah.
but that would amend it for the entire district. Can't spot zone it.
Yeah, right, I was gonna say, or you could,
Yeah,
but people don't like spots on.
No,
but
no,
you
no.
could, I think we could make a very strong argument for that, but.
Yeah, so the other thing I was thinking is, an overlay.
yeah, right.
We're gonna have enough space above that. With the roof design, correct? There you have space above there for storage, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
If we design it in such a way, like we did here, if we've got a spot down there, if we had to put an elevator in it, we've got a location for an elevator. So I think we need to keep that in mind. So
Andy and I talked about lowering this ceiling down though, I mean, this is like 18 feet, which he and I both agree we didn't need that.
Right.
Yeah. And with the roof going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have huge room up there, but you can certainly get the middle.
Right, the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could easily get.
Yeah.
If you wanted it.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Or at the very least over this section. If this had to be higher, than this certainly needs to be higher.
Yeah.
My only suggestion is the two bathrooms. Instead of having each one is two stalls. Can we just make it a one stall with a shower? So we have, like, if we get back from a fire, you can actually. Because not right now, we only have one shower,
The only showers here.
so try to get us back in quarters and service faster, so.
Yeah, I looked at that.
Yeah,
That's
those
something
bathrooms definitely, I think, if we put two in, they both have to have showers, I mean. Well, I asked Andy, yeah,
You're gonna put it back.
Yeah, we'd have one room, I think.
Right. Yeah.
But again, yes, I agree. However, if we're moving this all back. Right?
if we move the building back.
Yeah, if we move this all back, that's gonna change things based on this door, that door. Whether or not we need to put it, because if we move this back.
Well, you'll certainly keep that door. May
Right,
use that.
but what I'm saying is that will impact how. It's laid out, right?
Yep,
So like this may end up having to be a hallway because that's gotta be pushed back, right?
gotcha,
Or do we sit there and say, okay, maybe we put a door in there, right?
so it may make more sense just to leave it the way it's designed.
Well,
As opposed to moving it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, are you just thinking of moving into the?
That was
Just
just
think back.
aesthetically trying to make it look a little bit different. That's all. But,
Yeah, I don't
if you
think-
look at the front of this building,
I'm
it's all one piece.
Well, we do have a break,
Yes.
right there in that corner, right?
Right.
But you can achieve that same look, like if you look at this from Limerick Road now, this building,
Yeah,
like this, I think highlights that. It's got a touch of a different color.
Yeah.
Which I think we could achieve this year too. I like the color scheme, and I don't know that I don't know if anybody would oppose the same color scheme being the same municipal. You know what I mean, like this building versus that, I think it would be a nice tie to the community.
Like the idea of setting this back, I think, yeah, that's, this door is not a problem, you could start it here, and if you have to put another door, the only is how do we just make sure that we can get it. In and out when these guys, so maybe you move the bedrooms all the way this way and. You know, that gives you a little bit more room,
Well,
maybe.
No, that
Yeah.
was existing door.
Yeah, yeah, but if you move it back, I want to still use the
That,
existing
that door is still there, yeah.
Are you thinking 10, 12 feet or
What do you,
just enough to?
just enough to give it a little, because you said something about putting an overhang over the front of this anyway.
Right, so if we went back like another 2 feet,
Yeah.
I think we could keep the doors exactly where they are. And actually, this one might line up with the hallway a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, if the front of the building started,
Right at that door.
Yeah,
and this might actually go with like here or something.
yeah.
You wanna do it to the front of the door, not the rear?
But-
Okay,
I would move it back enough. If you could line this up here and right, and that'll give you room to make these bedrooms. a
That
little
would probably
bigger.
turn this into an outside door at that point, if we left it, so you have to block it in. And
You can block it in and move it over,
over.
right? You could block it in, this would allow you a little bit bigger bedrooms, you could expand the bedrooms, or, you know, a foot or two if you needed to, if you wanted to. Straight shot in.
Would it be possible to put a external door over here? So we can utilize that part of that parking space?
oh yeah, I think it's just missing, but there, you have that hallway right
This right
there,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
But again, it all depends on how things get manipulated per se.
Yeah, cause that may not be tar over there anymore, right?
Well, I'm just thinking, because then like in the summertime, we could actually. 'Cause we could,
Put a picnic table out there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Just have like a grill or something,
Yep.
just nothing height.
so that would,
high-end.
if we went just to the rear of that door. That's about 8 feet. Based on scale,
To this side of that door?
Yeah. just a little bit beyond it,
So that would probably push this out of that hallway then.
right, sorry, yeah.
Or what, another 8 feet?
But you still could, you know, you could.
Yeah.
handle that.
Yeah.
Close. Be close. But again,
That's the easy shit. I mean, that, to eliminate that door.
Eliminate and move it over, that's a piece of
You've
cake.
done that door, what, 3 times?
well, actually, the new doors have been holding up. They haven't been rusting or anything like that. They're,
Take the door out, lock it, and you put that same door back here.
well, that's an interior, well, that's a exterior door and we need a fire rated door at that point in time.
Right. So those might have to get changed anyway.
Well, I mean, we could steal that door and put it over there.
Yeah.
That'd be easy enough to do, or put it, I would assume we need an exit there as well, right?
I think so. If we have egress windows in this bedroom,
You got egress
we're covered.
windows.
The other thing we talked about too is that the new section would all have in-floor heating and that way in, have heating throughout the.
We're gonna need another furnace here, so that's what, this is kind of like a mechanical closet. There's no way this furnace way over here is
No way.
sufficient enough to bring hot water, so
Right.
I was thinking like an on-demand furnace for this part of the building.
Well, the other thing is too, and I don't know, we don't need that space there, and if we get rid of the EMS closet because we still have it over there. What can we do here? I don't think having my personal opinion, having the chief's office right in front of the entrance is a smart idea, but.
Well, you definitely need the office, but.
Right, right.
you know,
Cause we,
This would be the
lobby.
Like a small
place that now or?
well, yeah, I mean, that's what I would see here is the, like dispatch, computer room,
Right.
that type of stuff. And depending, and again, if we come back 12 feet here, right, to make this 36, right? How deep do we need to go on these? Can we go this way for the bathrooms and then maybe make an office? Maybe, right?
So this is, so if somebody wants to come in and get a building permit, I mean, a burning permit, this is where they. would
Right.
come in.
Yeah.
So it's more than just this foyer, right? This is just they're gonna, somebody be sitting here or?
No, there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily anybody be sitting here, we obviously be a buzzer, so people.
Yeah.
know that.
Put a window in
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid we ever experience another pandemic and all that crap again.
That was the idea of like, I said,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I'd go to that chief's office back there, I'll have to do some math. See exactly, I just don't wanna shortchange you,
Yeah, I don't think,
if we go down to 36 and then all of a sudden.
well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I mean, my initial thought was kind of putting the brush truck and the service truck over here. But at 36, we could even do an ambulance, and what we were talking about, this next ambulance, we're probably gonna keep as a spare, right? So then we could either have the two ambulances here or run that front two ambulances, right? Brush truck, service truck, vice versa, or whatever. And then put one of the engines and then the pumper tanker here.
We're gonna grab this for shed space though, like if this now turns into our shed, let's say. Is that, I think that allows you to stack equipment?
I don't think that. I mean, we're talking a lawnmower, a weed whacker and a snow blower. Right? I mean, that.
So I thought if the tower went away, I thought about actually trying to incorporate an overhead door back here. So you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we even talked about it too. Yeah. We
You're
even,
not having to bring all the shit out the front.
So when the doors open, get your shit and come home.
yeah. But we even talked about it. Initially putting gear storage here, and then if we needed to expand bedrooms. But again, no egress, right? But then that could become that storage, just put a little. Thing. I mean, even if we were to put something back there. Just a slab.
Yeah.
With barn doors or whatever, off the bat, you know what I'm.
Yeah, the stuff that you're putting in there, I mean.
I think right now the shed's probably overkill, probably. got
Yeah.
more Space than you need.
Well, yeah, because we have no spare gear.
Right, you have no speed.
One thing I know from other departments I've worked at, when you're having a front and a back door, and sometime when it gets insanely hot in the afternoons, you can open that and it cools
Yeah.
down the bay. It makes it, because it gets stale in that bay.
Oh, yeah,
And
I mean, we've got some wicked passive solar energy coming in with those windows in the doors.
so any breeze through there would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a good idea, because now you're blocking this door. So it'd be a good idea instead of just a regular door, or a garage door.
That tower is here.
Who mows it? Terry mow the lawn?
We do.
The department does. They complained, they didn't have a good mower, so they wanted to rain.
Push mowers or rider?
It's a rider.
There you go.
That was last year with.
Yeah, so. Somehow that one got blown up. I like.
Somehow Public Works was able to fix it.
Yeah, we gotta deal with this chief's office.
Yeah,
Guess that could come. That means you with no windows, so, I mean, not that it matters, but.
but didn't you say something about moving this, making this one?
Yeah,
Room over here?
yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about that too, but I mean, if we do something like that, right? Can we should we have the mechanical room so it vents out?
That's what this, I mean, I had the mechanical.
Yeah.
That, it needs to go there. You don't want it going out the front.
But I guess if we open all this up. Maybe we're pushing, this room doesn't need to be that big, right? So maybe we cut that back there, that goes there. Yeah, right, because I mean, that's a 13 by 14 room, it's 100.
So you got piles of folders everywhere.
Yeah, but again, I don't think having the chief's office right and having a window right there is. Putting dispatch there is a better idea.
Yeah, dispatch doesn't need a whole lot of space.
No, I mean, it needs 2 workstations
Right, you
and,
could, you know, cut this in half, put dispatch, move this down, put the chief's office over here.
What's the office on the other side for?
Over here, it was just extra space that. I didn't know if we were gonna put a door like into here for gear storage or.
and maybe we just take this wall down.
Yeah.
Right, and then we can leave that for spare gear storage,
Storage area.
Here,
Yeah, just take this one down,
cause that's not a load bearing wall.
right? That's the only one that is, right? Going across there, so we'd have really 2. As well, what I calculate, 1,288 square feet in this area here. So, plenty of space there. And leave the shower, there's no shower.
There's no shower.
No shower.
Just leave the bathroom there.
we added that just with the gym.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary really to have the shower there, because they'll have showers down there, and got one there.
I think 3 showers.
In the gear storage, were you thinking about putting like getting blockers for everybody to have extra stuff?
Well, that's initially where I was kind of thinking over here,
Yeah.
but I just think that we're gonna have to end up modifying things and maybe. I mean, if we were to go 38 and make this 10 deep and not 12 deep.
Yep.
We'd have this entire back wall. Right, we'd have this area, some of this area here, some of that area there, all this. Right? So
For gear storage.
we could,
Put
Yeah.
lockers in, they're gonna-
Gonna have at least one bathroom.
yeah, no, what I'm saying is if we cut this back. And we make this 38, so this is 10 feet from here to. That area there, right? 10 feet, if we're looking at depth for a bathroom, right? What do we need, 8 by 10? But wide, how wide?
6 wide, 5 wide, you could do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even because this is 3, 4, 17, 19, 33 plus whatever that is. I'm gonna go another probably 4, so where was that? 33, 37, right? Oh, yeah, so we got 37 feet right there. Right? So even if we were to go, there's 8, that would leave this at 21. And then if we put a corridor in here for the door. Right?
And the chief's office would go here.
Yeah, yeah. Right, corridor, let's make this a little wider of the corridor. right? Even if we went 6, there's 8,
16, 6 would be 22.
2, 22, so that would leave 15 by 10, by 10,
Yeah, it's almost the size, a little smaller than that.
yeah, by 10.
So what,
So that completely opens up this whole box.
Right,
There's nothing there.
Right.
right, so, but if we're gonna move a bedroom here. Right, so we'll say bedroom 5. Right? Now that would open up all this,
Kitchen would go here.
right,
Yeah.
right, you could make a wall there, put the kitchen there. And you'd have windows along here,
So. Yeah, you got 2 rooms here? Or
2
they-
bathrooms.
yeah,
No one knows.
So you like one in each.
Shower,
And shower?
yeah,
I would say you should have a shower at least.
so a shower,
Like a stand, just a heat or a
Yeah.
shower.
and that, they should all be,
shower, toilet, sink.
yeah,
Because you do have. It'd be nice to have a separate washroom for females if you can, you know.
Yeah. you've got- you get-
yeah, we can isolate them way over there.
Sex.
Oh, oh,
Tell all the guys to go.
Oh, we're not doing that, everything's unisex. Right, 10 feet. What I would, cut this back here.
You want it on that end or this end? You think the foyer is big enough to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
40's big enough.
So if we came, that's 14, so if I took 4 feet off, but
Yeah.
10 feet,
Yeah,
10 feet, 0 inches.
push that over there.
Push this over.
Yeah.
So this then goes away.
Yes,
Yep.
Right, and then this.
So this
Mechanical
becomes
room.
Mechanical,
I would square this up.
just wall it across.
Yeah.
So another door,
I don't know,
this door into that door? No, this would be a separate room.
Yeah.
You need a door here?
well, what do we want this room to be?
Well, you're gonna need, you need, report places where guys can have.
That would be there.
Okay, so it's gonna be over there. How about your, administrative staff, your deputies, and things like that?
Yeah, they can go there.
They can share a room there.
Just a staff room, like an
Yeah.
officer's room,
Yeah.
like captain's office?
Yeah.
So it's another office, so.
And then I'm wondering if we don't put a door. Somewhere's along there. Like if we're talking the kitchen being here.
You got a door,
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. If that's door's gonna stay there, right?
Yeah.
Cause we're gonna take this and make this the kitchen, right? The only thing about doing that. And I think it'll be all right, but. If we're putting the stove over there venting. Right, we can go up and out. Probably coming out here would be the.
So,
It'd be easier to clean.
the way we're having a discussion on this tonight, it appears that we can make the 4,000 square feet work. We think we can make that work, right? I mean, obviously, he'll redo the drawings, and then when we get to an architect, they may come back, give us something else, but at this point, I think our goal is the 4,000.
are you happy with that $2 million price tag? Like, what was your goal?
I think we were in that ballpark. I'm gonna have to do the numbers now because, we wanted, our whole goal here is to capture the money from the TIF in order to pay for this whole project. And I think that's the way that we need to sell it to the public, that money that we capture. Right now, I think we're getting about 278,000 a year for, that ends in 2040. So I'll have to do the math again, see where we are. Right now, we got a little over $1 million in there. But we're gonna be using almost up to 350,000 for the ambulance, which should be coming our way here real soon. And then we've got 7,500 in the survey that we are gonna pay and whatever other. So, yeah,
So we're getting what, 240 a year?
yeah.
How many years we get left?
16,
Yeah,
yeah, 16.
3.8 million.
okay. So we're gonna have to bond the project.
Yeah.
And then with the bond, then we know where the money's coming from, and we just pay it off.
That wall's going away.
I would,
So you were still coming into this through.
Yep.
Yeah.
That hallway,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
left into the classroom and this is
Yep.
all wide open,
Yeah,
except for this office, it's gonna
Right.
stay a box. with
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
and
I
you
just-
don't need this, do you need this gear?
no,
That goes away.
I would,
So where's the
Where's the
EMS,
kid going?
we're gonna keep the EMS closet,
right where it is.
that's more,
This bathroom is. Well, this is the washer dryer gear washer right here,
so the bathroom is more.
Yeah,
here,
and
EMS is-
room.
okay.
right? And then you have,
That, are you gonna leave that mezzanine there?
we've got so many files out there until we get them pulled off. I think we kind of have to,
Eventually, I think you need to, like we talked about.
right? Everything's got to,
Documents.
I've got to go through, but there's files upon files upon files. Because again, by eliminating that, it doesn't handcuff any future administration of any purchase of apparatus to go longer.
So if you're gonna eliminate the gear storage, where are you putting all the, what's in there now? Where's that gonna go? Is that what you?
That's
want?
not there.
Or is
There's
it-
nothing, there's nothing there now.
So right now, I'm trying to look, all right, there's some on this wall, there's some on that wall, there's some here on there.
You got your SCBA.
Yeah, you have your cascade system. You have your air compressor back here. I mean, I initially kind of thought about moving that stuff over here to isolate it a little bit.
Can you just put a wall that off, just
Yeah,
And then soundproof it?
what do you think the cost of that would be?
Where are you talking about?
Where the SCBA is now,
So keep this wall and just kind of box us in,
Yeah,
yeah, it sound like sound.
leave the compressor and everything.
just
Yeah.
keep it little,
So you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
well, the only issue is, again, you'd have to, because there's a door right there, right?
Right, yeah.
it wouldn't cost more because you already figured in that room, so it's.
I don't even know if we can close it. I think we just do the the 3 sides, right?
Take
Just-
the living space going, I don't think sound will be as much of a nuisance. With the bedrooms being like in another building.
Yeah, no,
No, it's-
I'm,
It's just when you're trying to hear the tones and it's all running.
yeah, I'm with you. I mean, but even if we just took and did 3 sides, we didn't have to go all the way up to the ceiling, just so that sound is pushed upward. Right? And not, right now, what does it do? It echoes through the entire bay because there's nothing to prevent it from
Can't hear
going,
the radio.
there's nothing to prevent that from coming out. So if you box it in on 3 sides, it would have to be, a double door or something like that, so.
Oh, sometimes you do sound curtain too, some of those sound curtains work pretty good, we've done that in part, just use these big in a sound curtains and. Surprised how much of a difference that makes out, it's also sound.
And if you do that, then later, you can upgrade later on. that.
Right, yeah.
When we work on this project, we try to do like a 75 to 100-year build on this building. Do you think we've achieved that with 5 bedrooms?
No. I don't know. I say no because I just don't know where the fire service is gonna go. I don't know. My personal opinion is at some point in time, beyond the end of my career, regionalization is gonna have to happen. Right? And what do I see? I see 4 to 5 people being in the station, whether or not we could boot the live-in at any point in time, right? But that's what I kind of see. I kind of see 2 on the engine, 2 on the ambulance. That's what I see if regionalization happens. I mean, we talked about it during my interview process way back in 22. We're fortunate right now that we're okay on staffing, but everybody's hiring. I mean, everybody. We're down 7 in Biddeford, Kennebunk, I don't know how many they're down. Saco's down, right? And we want to get up to 60. Sanford's hiring, everybody's hiring, and you just don't have the people coming in. We're all robbing Peter to pay Paul because we all work 6 jobs.
Manpower is the issue.
Right.
And what ends up happening too is when the next town all these other people or offer more money, they just up and leave and they go to the next town that
Right.
is putting more money, so.
I mean, the thing that we've tried to do here is get our pay up and change the culture.
Living quarters helps.
Yeah, right. So
We're
like,
gonna bring a building.
Yeah. Spend the night in the dump, people are like, I don't know.
right,
But you got a nice space, you got a nice place to sit down and watch.
It's gonna be warm, it's gonna be air conditioned, it's
Right.
gonna have state of the art.
And get some water pressure too.
Somewhat.
Water pressure.
Just wondering though,
You know.
if she were a 6-bedroom. In this back corner, this door came here. Lining this hallway, we made this your chief's office now, like if we did this.
the only problem is if we do that, we're taking away space from doing a secondary vehicle behind there.
Yeah.
Right, right.
That's very where 48.
Right, because even if we were to take the brush truck and put a service truck there, it's gonna be the same size as 46 in the ambulance. Right? Because granted, we don't have the big box on the back of the ambulance, but the brush truck has the crew cab. Right? So I think if we went and measured it, it'd be just about the same size as the ambulance. So if we're looking at getting a service truck and we're looking at, putting a plow on it, being able to store that plow on the backside, that's kind of where I was thinking there, but I wouldn't be opposed to just pushing it back there if we need to or wherever.
And that also would eliminate your ability to have that back access for the lawn more.
Well, you just slide it, I don't know where the tower is, we can push that overhead door like this way.
Yeah, that new tower, can go anywhere we want.
Right.
And if you're looking for another bedroom, might be able to connect these down here, because this is quite a big, once you move this over, this is quite a bit open space. It's pretty huge. You might be able to.
I just don't want our hands to be tied, let's say 25 years from now, this town just erupts, which I can see it happen.
Yeah.
But
And all of a sudden, fire goes back in town, like, got no condition on the fire station.
But again, that's where we kind of looked at. If we need to expand, where's our expansion gonna happen? It would happen in this area here, right?
That roof line's gonna be tough. So we're going this way now.
Yeah, true.
That's why I thought you had some space upstairs.
Yeah.
It always, if you had that, in the future, put an elevator in, put office space up there. I don't think, be speculating obviously, but I really believe that the fire department is going to have to get together and figure out how they're going to provide these services to a region as opposed to just their own communities. I just don't see that it's financially that it's gonna continue to, we're over $1 million now for an engine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop.
I mean, you're looking at $2 million for an aerial. Not that I want an aerial in this town. I don't think we need one.
No,
But I'm just telling you. I mean, I just saw a tiller ordered for almost 3. Like, it's unbelievable, and it's 4 years out. I mean,
particularly when you call the service of more EMS related and fire related. I
right,
mean, I think the
yes,
whole nation has done a great job of making sure there's fire suppression systems in brand buildings. And so, you know, the inability of just having one completely burned down.
Right.
Particularly in our area, it's probably very rare.
You know, the big fires aren't like when they, you know, when I was going up, the big fires all
We're
the
still
time.
getting them up Main, though. I mean,
Yeah.
the house is burning right to the ground.
well, again, some of that deals with, we changed our run cards, so we're pulling in more mutual aid right off the bat.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
But the problem with doing that is, yeah, our run cards are set up for that. But if they're not available, then we're pulling more and further away. I mean, in 22, just to give you an idea, it was about a 50-50 split, mutual aid received and mutual aid given. And then 23, we started to see a little shift. This year, when I ran the numbers the other day, we were about 3-1. We were given mutual aid versus receiving mutual aid. And we've even changed our run cards. We have automatic on 111 with Goodwin's Mills, because the wrecks that we have out there between the priority of patient and traffic control, I'm like, no, we're just getting another engine from them. And it's worked out well. Because it's crazy out there.
The one thing I want to make sure we do is if we build a decent station that can weatherproof for a while, once regionalization starts taking place, they're gonna look at this building and say, we want to keep this building instead of trying to get rid of this station to move it to Kennebunk only or Alfred or someplace, giving them a reason to keep apparatus here versus if they have to start liquidating stations, which hopefully they don't do, but
I think the ambulance is the way that's see a lot of this.
It's
Just the way it
Is I see building more stations, Bedford's gotta build another one.
yeah,
Oh, there we are.
supposedly.
Yeah.
It's gotta go to Bo.
Oh, yeah, no, but
What was that, Tom?
Bedford's building another station.
Oh, they are?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
well, they're trying to,
They're
get funds for
trying
it.
to, it's been in process.
Yeah.
Oh, down near the,
Pool,
down near
pool
the
area.
pool.
Yeah.
They used to have a station down
Right.
there.
There is a station down there. I'm not gonna get involved in that. Cause you guys suck. I think it's going in the wrong spot. They're gonna put it down by Union. I think it needs to go by West Street. Right? If we're talking about real regionalization,
Yeah.
then it would cover Goose Rocks area, because that station is, I mean, that's even better days. Right? Goose Rocks, pool area.
Yeah, but UNE's got more money than you.
Yeah, but it's not about you. Oh.
Oh, it's about
No,
You got all those.
No, it's
things,
actually-
you wanna be able to have.
it's actually not them, it's Biddeford Pool. Biddeford Pool is
You got
complaining.
money here too.
Yeah, that's where the complaint's coming from. That it's taken us 10 minutes to get out there.
It's long.
They got so much money there, they want to make their own town. It's a pool.
Well, they have their own zip code.
They do it.
Yeah.
They want to like gate the road. and-
Oh my God. Give me a break.
Well, they tried to do that.
Huh?
They tried to secede several years ago.
Right, yeah.
All right,
Next
anything
steps?
else? Well, I think he's got some marching orders.
Yeah, well,
Redo some plans. Take another look at them. I'll try to crunch some numbers. The other issue I think we have is the coverage issue. And I don't know how we're gonna, approach that.
jump in.
I can talk to her, but I mean. Right now, we're in violation. They've probably been in violation for as long as we can all remember.
Right, but
What's Jim's position?
I don't know, I haven't talked to him about that. He's on vacation right
I
now.
mean, residential, it's non-conforming, it's different than municipal.
Yep.
Same non-conforming.
They're not.
Right, I mean, if we were to rebuild in the same footprint. Then I think we'd.
I think one of the
Gotta
arguments,
be careful because there's time
Yeah,
periods.
well, I was just gonna say that, we probably exceeded the time period.
I think
The
we
time
have.
period is 2 years, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, so,
So, yeah, you can't give them like grandfather status.
right.
Sorry.
But, I mean. There is, I mean, people don't like spot zoning, but there is a,
Well, there is a variance procedure, but. It's impossible really to get a variance, under the statute, it's impossible,
right,
of course.
yeah, by statute.
But ZVAs are often a little creative
yeah.
Correct.
and,
Can you do the math then to see how much parking slot, how much parking lot you have to eat up in order to basically wash? If we got rid of the rear parking lot, that would kill us.
Well, I didn't, thought I had.
It'd be nice on the classroom side, if we were to host a class or something, it'd be nice to have that park.
you have to be careful, you need minimum spaces on. Performance standards for parking spaces,
So I
so
think we exceed that.
I don't know, I didn't look. But you gotta be sure, don't take too many. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Town hall park.
Seven, eight, right on, eight.
And there's one, I think it's 11.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's right.
3, 4.
Well,
7, 8, 9, yeah.
realistically, Doug's the only one who parks on the one on Mountain Road. That half of it.
Cause we got that pole right in the middle.
Thought I did.
10 spots, I think they're like 29 square feet.
But the other thing is, we're taking away,
Yeah,
3 spots in front of the station, because that's gonna become tarmac.
Now,
Right, plus you're gonna lose some of that parking area in the front because you're gonna put building in.
But again, we're gonna be taking up some of that.
Still gonna exceed the.
Oh, yeah.
but you could,
Yeah, we're not gonna get close to 13,000. I mean, we're gonna have almost 10,000 square feet of just building.
Hmm.
Pretty close, 9,000 and something. So, but we'll get closer. I'll figure it out.
So you guys were referring to the grandfather clause of the old town hall.
Right.
Rather than that square footage, right?
right, but we've exceeded that, I'm pretty sure it's 2 years.
Yes.
But even still, this building is bigger than the footprint of the
Yeah.
town.
Right.
Yeah.
So I, and again, I think an argument can be made that the location, the things that we're trying to protect there to get it done, and the fact that it's been in violation for as long as I can remember. It's probably why you talked to me about Jim. It's Jim gonna buy. About that chat with you.
Hmm.
All right, so you got what you need. Good. When you're ready, let me know and I'll call another meeting, we'll take a look at the plans.
So are we gonna do the same thing that we did with this building, once we get some plans, we're gonna go out and get,
Yes.
somebody, architect.
Right. I think that's the way to go.
Well, we have to, I mean, you guys do a great job, but architects out there who specialize in these kinds of buildings
Correct.
may have ideas and. Code requirements, et cetera, that you're not thinking about right now.
Right. Yeah, it's that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I know that we have to use an architect, but we could pick one if we wanted, but we don't have to go to an architect. We could say, we want Port City.
It depends on what kind of numbers we're looking at, right? We got a $25,000 limit.
Yeah, they're gonna exceed that.
I would. A good possibility.
I don't have any problems, but I think we control this whole thing. we provide them a decent set of plans that we think are pretty adequate. And then we show them a design, what we think the building is gonna look like. For them to go ahead and put their creativity to that, similar to what we did.
Just like what we did here, I mean,
It
this
worked out
saved
great.
us a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it did too.
Well, even to your setback point, I mean, to see a rendering of what that might look like.
Right.
It would be helpful.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, if I'm thinking about this, if we do the setback, I say we block in that door. Yeah. Cause what happens? What happens every year with that door?
Frozen traffic.
Frozen solid because the
Solid,
rain
concrete
comes,
slab, and
yeah,
that
and the
concrete
rain
slab
comes
was-
right there. The only problem that by changing the pitch, right, and I think we talked about it a little bit, is the sun's gonna be all right there and that's gonna melt. I mean, shingles will stop that a little bit
Yeah, I was
with the door
thinking
there.
about that, concern about the
That's
melt
why
or whatever on the.
I think his suggestion of an overhang helps
Right.
a lot.
Right, that'd be fine. Break that up somehow. Well, I'm wondering if you do the same thing like what we did over there, right? Just have that come out a little bit to break that
On
up.
that flare.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, on that door, on that entrance, if we decide that's where we want the entrance.
It's this door that roses up, is the wall done?
No,
This
this
one right
one
here.
right
Oh, that
there,
one there, okay.
because the roof comes this
Gotcha.
way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And even, we have a piece of metal up there, and it just goes right up over, it
Yeah.
comes right down. And we've had to,
The concrete
put
slab,
the-
that starts lifting. and
had to have the
door.
lock redone like 6 times and, cause it freezes. That water just drips right down and the wind blows into it and it's just a mess.
See the whole door just solid ice.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it catches the eddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Dylan.
Yeah.
Shut the.
yeah, and I think those doors are good enough that we could reuse them.
Do you think you need another door from bay to bay? Like if that one goes away, do you think you need something between? It's just, at that point, this would be the. You know what I mean? You'd have to go